What's going on, guys? The long-awaited turkey choke, turkey shell comparison video is about to happen. We have MAGNUM blend, Remington Nitro turkey, the HEVI X strut, the new Boss Tom loads, TSS, LONGBEARD XR, got the PATTERNMASTER Code Black turkey, the JEBS HEADHUNTer, Indian Creek 665, and then the factory Benelli full choke. We're going to shoot all these shells at 50 yards. We're going to shoot each shell through each choke through the Benelli Super Black Eagle 2 28-inch barrel, and we're going to see who can put the most pellets inside the circle. Stay tuned. Alright, first up's the Boss Tom 2 ounce, 1150 feet a second. Not exactly sure on the shot size. 3 inch. Shoot it. 50 yards. Not bad, not bad. Indian Creek Boss. Okay, so now we'll fucking shoot the next one. This is gonna take a while. Alright, so we shot the first one, Indian Creek, with the Boss shell. So now we're gonna shoot the rest of the we got 4 more shells to shoot through this choke. Then we're going to change choke, shoot every shell through each choke, and then count the holes at the end. So I'm going to make make this part go pretty fast. All right, we got all 24 shots done. All 6 shots through all 4 chokes. Indian Creek, PATTERNMASTER, JEBS, factory full. So now we're gonna go count the holes on the targets. All right, we're in the counting factory. We got 25 targets to go over. We're gonna circle each pellet. Write the number of pellets. Where are we gonna go? Inside the black or inside the whole circle? Inside the whole circle?
Yeah.
So everything will get counted inside the circle. And we'll see you in a few minutes. In first place with 122 pellets in the circle, we have Indian Creek with MAGNUM blend. That's dead turkey. Number 2, LONGBEARD XR with the PATTERNMASTER. And then, so that was 122, 106. And we drop down to number 3rd place is 87 pellets. That's Indian Creek with, what choke is that? Indian Creek LONGBEARD XR. Where's the first factory full choke at? Alright, so the best you can get with the factory full, TSS shot the best out of the factory full with 68 pellets in the circle. So when you're upgrading, to a $100 choke, that's your difference. You know, this test kind of surprised me. I expected one choke and one shell to kind of dominate everything across the board, and that just simply wasn't the case. I really expected the more expensive chokes and the more expensive shells to perform the best, like substantially better than everything else, and I expected the factory choke and the cheaper shells to not perform good at all. And that just simply wasn't the case. There was no real clear, like, this is the best choke for sure, or this is the best shell for sure. There were some shells that shot really good through some chokes and didn't shoot good through other chokes. And there were some chokes that shot this shell really good but didn't shoot this shell very good. So the results were pretty surprising to me. But I am glad that we found a definite, this shell with this choke shoots the best out of my gun. Now that may not be the best out of your gun, but it's certainly the best out of my gun. And that is the Indian Creek with the Magnum blend. So now you have to decide, is the $100 choke worth the upgrade, or are the shells that are $5 or $6 a piece worth buying over the shells that are $1 a piece? I would definitely say, based on all this data that we've collected, that it's worth upgrading your choke. It's worth spending the $100 on the choke. I mean, you buy all this other stuff, you're shooting a, $1,000, $1,500 shotgun, you might as well put a $100 choke in it. Because overall, every one of those chokes improved each one of those shells quite a bit. Now, whether or not you need to spend the money on the expensive shells, we kind of disproved that in a way. Yeah, the Magnum blend shot the best, but right behind it was the LONGBEARD XR in second place. And the Magnum blend is $25 for 5 shells, and the LONGBEARD XR is like $15 for 10 shells. So whether or not that's worth the upgrade, that's completely up to you. But for me this year, definitely I'm going to be shooting the Indian Creek with the Magnum blend just because it performed so much better than everything else. I broke everything down into a chart, and it's down in the description. It lists every choke with every shell, and then next to it is the number of pellets that hit inside of the 12-inch circle. We used the big 12-inch circle and counted every pellet that was inside of that circle. We shot everything out of the lead sled to keep everything as consistent as possible. There was no wind, it was about 30 degrees, and I tried to keep everything as controlled as possible to get the most unbiased results. And there was no bias in this video at all. I thought about reaching out to these companies and seeing if they'd be interested in sending me some shells or sending me a choke for this test, but I decided against that. I bought everything because I did not want to have any bias going into this. I didn't want somebody to send me a choke. I don't want to feel bad about putting low numbers next to their choke. So this was completely unbiased. I purchased all of this. I have no affiliation with any of these companies. We shot the chokes, we shot the shells, we counted the holes, and I put them into this chart. So take it for what it's worth. There could be a little bit of human error in it. At 50 yards with a bead on the shotgun, I mean, it can be off a little bit, but it is as consistent as I could possibly make it. But like I said, I have the chart down in the description. There'll be links to all the chokes and all the shells down in the description. And if this helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. This video took quite a bit of time and a lot of money to put together, so I appreciate all the likes and subscribes. So leave me a comment, let me know what choke and shell combo you've been shooting out of your gun and whether you're happy with it or you're thinking about upgrading. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.